DreAllDay.com.
What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin with DreAllDay.com. Just got finished watching Game 2 of 2017 NBA Finals. Golden State Warriors with another convincing victory over the Cavs, 132-113. Both teams just scored about 20 more points this time. Still end up same result. Golden State wins by, let's just say, 20 points. So let's go right into the analysis of this game. Let's look at the box scores. First of all, for the losing team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're the losing team. LeBron James with a triple-double, 29 points, 11 rebounds, 14 assists, ties Magic for first all-time in finals triple-doubles with his 8th one, 3 steals, a block, 12 of 18 from the floor, made 4 out of 5 free throws, made a three-pointer, only 4 turnovers this time. Stats-wise, fantastic game by LeBron. Kevin Love, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, made more than half his shots, knocked down a couple of threes. Stats-wise, great game by Kevin Love. Kyrie Irving, 19 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. He didn't shoot too well, 8 for 23. Only 2 free throw attempts, had 3 turnovers to go with his, how many assists? 7 assists. Not a great game by Kyrie. So-so game by Kyrie Irving. Actually, we'll say a bad game by Kyrie by his standards. The rest of the roster of the Cavs, we're not even going player by player. Nobody else on the Cavaliers did anything. This is a replay of what happened in Game 1. Is that no one else on the team outside of the big 3 guys, Kevin Love, Kyrie, and LeBron James, nobody did anything of consequence. We're going to get back to the big 3 in a second on the Cavs. Tristan Thompson, 8 points, which is good for Tristan Thompson, but only 4 rebounds. And Tristan Thompson breaks backs by grabbing those offensive rebounds. He had 2 offensive rebounds this game. Kevin Love had 4 of them. But he really breaks teams' backs by doing that and by running that screen and roll. He was ineffective overall, I would say, in either role. And even defensively, he didn't have that much of an impact as I'm used to seeing him have. J.R. Smith, the other starter, he only played 14 minutes. I don't know what happened to J.R. Smith. He has completely lost his game. He used to be an offensive threat. I remember when he played for the Denver Nuggets, it was him, Carmelo Anthony, and Allen Iverson. They had 3 guys who could put the ball in the basket. They didn't make it all the way to the finals, but they were a second-round team, lost to Kobe and those guys when Kobe was making his runs to the finals. What happened to J.R. Smith? Even in New York, when he was playing alongside Melo for a year or 2, he was a bona fide second option to Carmelo. What has happened to J.R. Smith? I have no idea. This dude seems to have mentally lost it. He has no edge. He doesn't seem engaged. He's not even trying to make plays. And I know J.R. Smith can create his own shot. So why he's not doing it anymore, I have no idea. If anybody knows what the hell happened to J.R. Smith, somebody come in and let us know what happened to J.R. Smith, because we're looking for that guy. Rest of the Cavaliers starting lineup. No, that's the starting lineup. Channing Frye came in, scored 2 points, grabbed a couple rebounds. Richard Jefferson, 7 points. Kyle Korver made a 3 and some free throws. He had 8 points. Shumpert with 6 points. Darren Williams, 5 points. Or is that Derek Williams? Derek Williams scored 5 points. Darren Williams scored 0 points. 3 rebounds, 3 assists. No one else on the Cavs is doing anything. And I'm starting to think maybe this was the Warriors' game plan. The big 3 guys are going to do what they're going to do. We're going to try to send some help on LeBron, but he's going to make some plays, even with KD or Draymond on him, who are good defenders. He's going to score his points. He's going to make plays because he's LeBron James. Kevin Love is going to get his points down in the post. He's getting his points. He's scoring. And Kyrie Irving has had Klay Thompson on him, who plays some very good defense. Klay, even though he hasn't been making shots, he's always been a very staunch defender. He started making some shots in this game. He's played very good defense on Kyrie Irving. Ever since Kyrie made that game winner on him in the Christmas Day game, if y'all remember that, I haven't seen Kyrie make a good play against Klay Thompson in a while. Klay plays some very tough defense on Kyrie Irving, and Kyrie has not been Kyrie the first 2 games of this series. And I'm going to come back to that. Hopefully I remember to come back to that. Let's take a look at the Warriors before we get into the overall analysis of this game. Kevin Durant, 33 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 5 blocks, 13 to 22 from the floor, made all 3 free throws, 4 of 8 from 3, only 3 turnovers. Kevin Durant dominated this game. He even blocked Kevin Love's shot and then scored on Kevin Love, and he was getting hyped. Probably would have talked trash to Kevin Love if that was still allowed, but you can't talk trash directly anymore. Kevin Durant has been dominant in the first 2 games of this series. Stephen Curry, triple-double of his own, 32, 10, and 11. Knocked down 4 of 11 from 3. And Klay Thompson, he found his stroke finally, knocked down 4 of 7 from 3, 22 points, made 2 of 3 free throws, even grabbed 7 rebounds. Draymond Green was usual all around, 12, 6, and 6, 1 steal. He was in foul trouble. He picked up a lot of fouls in this game, ended up with 5 fouls. He only played 24 minutes, actually, about half the game, but they didn't need him for anything else. Zaza Pachulia only played 12 minutes, I think Zaza is going to slowly be phased out of the lineup in this series. I think by game, if it goes this far, game 6, 7-ish of this series, we're not going to see any Zaza Pachulia. I don't think he's going to be playing because he is ineffective and he really serves no purpose on the court for the Warriors. I don't think he's going to be playing much. Same way that I don't think J.R. Smith is going to play, I don't think Zaza is going to play anymore either. Iguodala came in 5 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, though, in his 28 minutes. JaVale McGee didn't play much. Livingston, 10 points. Ian Clark came in and scored 10 points. So I figured one of the young guys, I said this in a preview, that Clark or McCall, one of them would get a chance to come in and actually be a factor. And Clark is playing like when it matters minutes. He's getting in there and actually doing something. So Clark has been a useful piece for the Warriors. Even shot 5 3-pointers in this game. Overall, Golden State, I mean, with Kevin Durant scoring the way that he's scoring, they're putting a lot of burden on LeBron James, which is what they needed to do in this series. Make LeBron have to play hard on defense as well as have to play hard on offense. Because, again, Draymond can score. Kevin Durant is the scorer. And that's a whole lot that LeBron has to do. And there's only what other options do you have to put on Kevin Durant? Besides Iman Shumpert, there's no one else you can put on the floor to guard Kevin Durant. And I think starting in Game 3, I think this may be an adjustment for the Cavs. Take JR out of the lineup, put in Shumpert, and put Shumpert on KD from the beginning of the game. Even if KD gets his points on Shumpert, which I think he will, because KD is a better scorer than Shumpert is a defender, even though Shumpert is an able-bodied and capable guy, that'll save LeBron a lot of energy. And LeBron needs that energy offensively because they ain't getting anything else from Kevin Love. Can't create offense for everybody else. He can create for himself. And Kyrie Irving he's been kind of bottled up a little bit in this series, but we're going to get back to that in a minute. Going back to the other side, the Cleveland Cavaliers. If y'all remember last year's first 2 games of the finals, Kyrie Irving wasn't doing much in those games either. I was looking at Kyrie like, yo, this guy's got to step his game up. He's like Stephen Curry. I remember last year, I said Stephen Curry is kind of locking Kyrie up on defense, and not that Stephen Curry is a bum on D, but Stephen Curry ain't no defensive stopper. Like, he was stopping Kyrie the first 2 games of the series, or at least neutralizing Kyrie. The Cavs can't win if Kyrie's being neutralized. You remember last year, games 5, 6, and 7, Kyrie Irving started to catch fire and go off. Like, he needs to catch fire and start going off now, starting in the next game, which is Game 3. What he's done in the first 2 games of this series is not acceptable for the Cavs to compete and win in this series. He only scored 19 points, 8 of 23 from the floor, while Stephen Curry on the other side, his counterpart, is scoring 32, 10 rebounds and 11 assists. That's not going to work for Kyrie. Now, last year, he turned it on, and he started balling after Game 2. Let's see what he does this year after Game 2. They need him to start doing it. Ideally, he would have started doing it in Game 1, but Game 1 and 2 is over. Now we got to see what he does. Klay Thompson finally found his stroke offensively. He never stopped playing hard on D. He played good D on Kyrie in Game 1. He played good D again in this game, even though he is clearly the third option offensively here. Of course, KD got to get his, Stephen Curry got to get his, and they're both better all-around offensive players who can create their own shots off the bounce. Much better than Klay Thompson can, but Klay plays his role to a T even when he's missing. He was playing good D. He started knocking down shots here today, and that 22 points is basically the difference in the game for the Cavs. Let's say he misses all those shots. Maybe we got a ball game here tonight. Instead, Klay Thompson's 22 points is that ends up being 19-point win for the Golden State Warriors. For the rest of the Warriors club, I think your rotation looking at the rest of this series, games 3 and 4, let's say this just as far as it goes. Warriors rotation is going to be KD, Draymond, Klay, and Steph. We got that 4. And then I think we're going to see Iguodala and Sean Livingston and maybe some Ian Clark. That's it. That's the 8-man rotation. That's it. Zaza might start the game, but he's going to be like a ceremonial starter. He's going to come out sometime early, and we're not going to see too much more of Zaza. He has no effect whatsoever on the court in this series. That's going to be the 7 to 8-man rotation. Clark may be that 8th guy, but other than him, you got that starting 4, the 4 All-Stars, and then you have Iguodala is 5, Sean Livingston is 6, so Ian Clark would actually make a 7-man rotation. Maybe you'll see a little bit of David West, depending on how easily the Warriors seem to have their flow going. They can afford a few minutes of David West. If it's crunch time minutes, David West is not going to be playing. But if the Warriors have a little bit of a cushion, they can throw West out there for a few minutes and even let JaVale McGee or Zaza Pachulia play some extra minutes. On Cleveland side, Tristan Thompson has to start becoming a factor. If he's not going to be a factor on the offensive glass, he got to make some plays on D. His ability to switch and still play when the Warriors go small and guard those guys out on the perimeter is a benefit for the Cavs, that he got to start making some plays on defense. Not just being good and being solid on defense, but actually making plays on defense, which is something that he has not been doing so far in this series. J.R. Smith, I think, is going to be out of the rotation. I don't know what's up with J.R. J.R. did the same thing in this game that he did in the last game. I don't know. It must be something going on with J.R. Smith. In Game 1 of this series, let's go back to the box score. In game 1 of this series, J.R. Smith scored 3 points. That was the first basket of the game, and he had all zeros. No rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, nothing else he did for the rest of the game. He committed 2 turnovers, and he had 1 foul. That's all he did all game. He played 28 minutes in game 1. In game 2, his minutes got cut in half. Let me make sure I'm pulling up the right stats here. Game 2, J.R. Smith's minutes got cut in half to 14 minutes. He was 0 for 2 from the floor. He was 0 for 2 from the floor, that's right. 2 rebounds, no assists, no steals, no blocks. His 2 shots were 3-pointers. He had 1 turnover and he committed 4 fouls. And 2 of his fouls were on 3-point shots. He fouled, it was either KD, it was KD he fouled on a 3-point shot, and he fouled Stephen Curry early in the game on a 3-point shot. The Cavs were up 9-3 quickly. The Cavs came out and it was like, oh wow. It was quiet in Oracle Arena, like, okay, the Cavs came to play tonight. Then J.R. Smith fouled Stephen Curry on a 3-point shot. Steph makes all 3 free throws. And I think that helped the Warriors start to get a little bit of positive momentum going because of a dumb foul by J.R. Smith. I don't know what's going on in this dude's head, but now ain't the time to find out. He's got to get out of the lineup. And I think Ty Lue and his coaching staff know that J.R. Smith got to go. It ain't time to coach J.R. Smith. It's time to bench J.R. and let his ass sit on the bench until they figure out if they're going to win this series or not, and maybe deal with him next year. Shumpert needs to come into the starting lineup for J.R. Smith. I think effective immediately coming into game 3. The rest of the Cavs lineup, somebody else got to make some plays. And the reason why nobody else is making plays is that all of these guys, other than the big 3, Tristan, J.R. now, he's not a guy who creates his own shot off the bounce much since he's been with the Cavs. Even when he was engaged, he wasn't doing that. Tristan, J.R., Channing Frye, Richard Jefferson, Korver, Darren Williams will come to in a second, Shumpert. Those are the guys in the rotation. Shumpert, Korver, Richard Jefferson, Channing Frye. Those are 4 guys off the bench. And then you got Darren, if you want to say 5. And you add in Tristan and J.R. Smith in the starting lineup. All of these guys need to be around someone who can create so they can get their shots. Channing Frye and Kyle Korver feed off of someone who can suck in the defense, find them open, and they can get that shot off quick. They can get their 3s off quick, but somebody's got to find them with a pass. Tristan Thompson, nobody's running post plays for Tristan Thompson. He catches alley-oops, or when he's rolling into the lane off that pick and slip or pick and roll, he catches it. He can make that little shot. Sometimes he makes it, sometimes he doesn't. J.R. Smith is off the catch, maybe 1 bounce. Shumpert sometimes will try a little something once or twice a game, but he's another guy who's off the bounce, scoring off cuts. Richard Jefferson can put the ball on the floor and drive, but you don't want him doing that too much. Even in his prime, he wasn't doing that much. He played off of the guys who would find him, like a Jason Kidd. And then the other guy is Darren Williams. Darren Williams can create his own shot, but Darren Williams in 2017 ain't the same as Darren Williams in 2008 and 2007. If y'all remember when the Warriors went to the playoffs, beat Dallas in the first round. The second round, they played Utah. Utah came in there with Darren Williams, Carlos Boozer, Mehmet Okur, Andre Kirilenko, and they beat Golden State in the second round. Well, they were the home team. They had the home court advantage. They came in and beat Golden State the same year that Baron Davis and Steven Jackson and those guys upset Dallas. Darren Williams ain't the same guy now that he was then. He don't have the same jets. He don't have the same bounce. He can't beat guys off the dribble now like he used to then. That Darren Williams would give Stephen Curry some trouble. This Darren Williams ain't giving Stephen Curry no trouble. So that Darren, he ain't going to create that many shots. You're not giving Darren the ball, say, clear out, yo, Darren, make a play. There's only 2 guys on that team that can do that. It's LeBron and Kyrie Irving. LeBron's doing it, but basically what the Warriors have decided, and Kyrie's not doing anything. This is what the Warriors have done. They basically said, okay, whoever's guarding LeBron, you guard him. Whether that's Draymond or KD, just guard him. If he scores on you, he scores on you. But we're not going to all get sucked in trying to help on LeBron's drives to the hole. So when he drives to the hole, either he scores, or if he tries to pass out to somebody, we're not helping, so nobody else is going to be open. Sometimes they are open because LeBron's just a hell of a player, and even when you're told not to go in so much, even just leaning in, LeBron will find your man at the perfect time for that pass, and guys not knocking down that shot enough, or LeBron's not scoring enough, and he got to put out all that energy on D guarding Kevin Durant, one of the top 5 players in the world. I mean, maybe the best, one of the best one-on-one scorers. I think we talking scoring. You got to put KD at the top of the list with anybody else. It got to be a tie. KD and who else if you want to tie it up. But damn, he got to guard him and do everything offensively because his main sidekick, Kyrie, ain't doing nothing. That's a lot on LeBron James. And they showed some shots of him on the bench, and he looked like he was just trying to get his win back. I mean, there's only so much you can do. That court is a whole lot longer when you on it running than it looks on TV. LeBron James and Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, those guys make that court look small, but it ain't as small as it looks on television. Trust me. for the rest of the Cavs, I mean, Kyrie Irving got to step his game up. Kevin Love got to grab some rebounds. He has 7 rebounds tonight, which is not enough. I said between the 3 of them, LBJ, Tristan, Kevin Love, they got to get 25 to 30 rebounds a game. They didn't do it tonight. You got 11 from LeBron, 7 from Kevin Love, 4 from Tristan Thompson. That's 11 and 11. That's 22 total rebounds. That ain't going to do it. They got to get like 10 more than that because there ain't nobody else on this team grabbing any rebounds. 41 total rebounds. Golden State got 53. Between Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and Stephen Curry, they got 29 rebounds. Stephen Curry out-rebounded Kevin Love, and he out-rebounded Tristan Thompson almost put together in this game. That just can't happen. It can't happen. I know it's a different way he's getting his boards, but just on principle alone, Kevin Love, you led the league in rebounding. He has to dominate something. If you're not going to dominate anything else, score your points and grab rebounds. You got to bring at least 2 things to the table here. Kyrie can score. He can hit threes. He can create for his teammates. LeBron does everything. Nobody else in the Cavs team can do anything. And the Warriors have so much firepower. We go back to Golden State. These guys have got so much firepower. Draymond can knock down a 3. Clay can knock it down. Steph can knock it down. KD can knock it down. They take that big guy out of there. Zaza, JaVale, get those David West, get those guys out of the way. Bring in Ian Clark or Livingston or Iguodala. All 5 guys can knock down threes. They all love passing. They all make the extra pass. Everybody cuts off the ball. They're feeding off of their defense, and they're a great defensive team on top of being great on offense. This team is just damn hard to beat. I mean, I don't think I'm saying anything new to y'all as basketball fans. This team is damn hard to beat. You got to play a very good game, and you got to have some super duper good damn players to beat them. Thing is, the Cavs know how to play that good game. They've done it before. Did it 4 times against the Warriors last year. Did it against everybody else in the Eastern Conference this year and last year. And they got some super duper guys. They got Kyrie, who outplayed Steph last year in the finals. And I don't know, Kyrie just ain't found his stroke yet. He needs to find it. I think he will find it. He needs to have found it 2 games ago. But let's work with right now because that's the only time we got. And LeBron James, I can't even say that LeBron needs to do more. It's only so much you can ask a guy to do when he's pretty much the guy doing everything for your team. He's the guy doing everything for this Cleveland Cavaliers team. I mean, in Game 3, LeBron needs to play 48 minutes. If the game is close or the Cavs are down at any points, LeBron got to play 48 minutes. This is do or die time at this point. You're down 2-0 in the finals. You can't go down 3-0 in the finals against a team like the Warriors. That means you got to beat that team 4 times in a row. I don't know how anybody could do that. This team is just too good. You got to give yourself some margin of error here. The Cavs got to hold down home court. They got to win Game 3 and Game 4 in this series. They need LeBron for 48 minutes. They need Kevin Love for 48, and they need Kyrie Irving for 48. If I'm Ty Lue, I'm going to all 3 guys tonight on the flight back home, and I'm saying, we need you for 48 in Game 3. All right, so be ready. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. You need to be ready for 48 minutes because if we lose Game 3, we are basically kissing this season, or we're kissing our series away, our championship away, if we go down 3-0 to this team. They got too much firepower. And Kyrie Irving and LeBron got to have it going in this next game because the 2 of them, the 2-headed monster, both of them being able to create and make plays will open things up for everybody else on the team. If they can't open things up, you can't expect Channing Frye, Kyle Korver, Jefferson, Darren Williams, Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson. You can't expect any of those guys to make any kind of plays offensively if these guys can't create open lanes for them to do their thing. LeBron can score on Kevin Durant a lot. He can score on Kevin Durant a lot. But eventually he got to pass it to somebody else. Somebody else got to make a play. I mean, imagine scoring on Kevin Durant on one end. The guy's is 7 feet with super long arms. And then on defense, guarding Kevin Durant, a dude who could drop 30 any given night. Guarding Kevin Durant might be the hardest defensive assignment in the whole NBA. He got to do both. And he can't, there's no point in the game since Kyrie ain't doing much. He can't just pass it off to Kyrie and say, all right, Kyrie, you go make some plays. And let me get a little bit of a breather here while I'm still on the court. I'll play hard on D. Let me get a breather. You go make some plays. He can't even do that because Kyrie ain't doing nothing. So that's my diagnosis, my prognosis for the Cleveland Cavaliers moving forward into Game 3. We ain't even got to look at the stats no more. It ain't really nothing else to talk about here. I want to know what y'all think. What do y'all think has happened so far in the first 2 games of this series? What do the Cavaliers need to do? Is there something wrong with their defense? Is it just the offense? What do the Cavs need to do if they're going to come back in this series? How important is it that they win Game 3 and Game 4 if they plan on winning this series? Do any of you think it's possible the Cavs could lose either Game 3 or Game 4 and still win this series? And what would have to be 7 games at that point? I don't see them being able to do that. I picked the Cavs in 6, but I'm not a Cavs fan. So if my prediction is going to be right, anyway, the Cavs got to win 4 games in a row. Let's start by winning game 3. Okay, the Cavs got to win game 3. Period. Even as a basketball fan, I don't care who you're cheering for. I think I would want to see the Cavs win just so we can get some good basketball. I don't want to see game 4 with the Warriors up 3-0. Then it's like you watching a dead man walking. Now, even though it's not impossible for them to come back, that's a hell of a task for a team that ain't playing too well right now as far as playing well enough to beat Golden State. They're playing well enough to beat everybody else. They can't beat Golden State the way that they're playing. This is a tough team. And the last thing I'll say about the Warriors, these guys are playing with some damn intensity. The Warriors are playing like a team that blew a 3-1 lead last year. They're playing like a team that has something to prove. They're playing like a team who left something in the finals last year and they came to get it back. On top of the fact they got a guy like Kevin Durant who wasn't even a part of that loss, but he's playing like he got something to prove. He's playing like he left something in the finals last year. He did, the conference finals, but the finals still. Kevin Durant's playing like he got something to prove. The rest of the Warriors are playing like they got something to prove. We're going to see how things go when we get over to Cleveland, we get over to the Q. Because in the Oracle Arena is a little bit, it's the Warriors Arena, the Warriors fans. And after game 2 last year, let's remember, everybody said the series is over. Everybody said it's going to be a sweep. Everybody said this ain't even going to be a game. And we know what happened after that. So let's withhold our judgments on doomsday for the Cavs until we see the teams play on the road. Because as they say in basketball, it doesn't become a series until somebody wins a game on the road. Nobody's won a game on the road yet. The home team held down home court. Best home team in the NBA for the last 3 seasons. They should win on their home court. These are all the right things to say, but they're actually true. Let's see what the Cavs do at home in game 3. And then after game 3, I think we'll have a better idea of if this is even going to be a series and what kind of series it's going to be. Y'all let me know what y'all think down there in the comments. I will talk to y'all on Wednesday night, going into Thursday morning, talking about after game 3, leading into game 4. Everybody work on your game. DreAllDay.com.